On today's episode of my Swing Evolution, I'm going to take you through Ben Hogan's concept of running at the ball. And then I'm going to show you some of my film, Mr. Hogan, where Jody Vasquez talks me through it and even shows me some never-before-seen footage of Ben Hogan. And then I'll teach you a nifty drill that helps me to get my lower body working. You're watching my Swing Evolution. Going on, Miracle Swingers. Today we've got a dynamite video about Ben Hogan's leg work. I'll tell you, this stuff, it's something that has been quite a complicated kind of thing because when Jody Vasquez said that Ben Hogan revealed his secret to him, it was pretty wild because he said it was running at the ball. And when you look at the shell lesson, Ben Hogan says it's down below with the knees and the hips. So this is something I've always wanted to work on. It's a big part of my swing evolution. And I haven't really thought about my leg work at all since I've been working on the over-the-top Miracle Swing. Well, now I'm bringing it all into one package. And I'll tell you, I played with 3 pros today in the first group from the championship tees. And I held my own. I had 3 birdies, and I think one of them held up. I have to find out from the guys, but I had a pretty awesome birdie out there. But at any rate, we're going to get into Ben Hogan's leg work. So I'm going to show you all these things. I'm going to give you a clip from Mr. Hogan that's available. The full feature documentary is available at MSE TV. And you can get MSE TV right now, a first month free, so you can check it out. And I want you to be on this journey because I'm going to be revealing much more work that I'm doing on the over-the-top Miracle Swing. It's just $9.95 a month, or you can get a year for $99. So, I mean, that's $8.33 a month. If you're not going to do that, just get the over-the-top Miracle Swing. It's just a one-purchase deal. But this has changed the lives of thousands of golfers around the world. I got a message from one of my subscribers the other day who said, OTT is the real deal. He shot under par with it. And as my student Bob said, man, you hit a lot of fairways and greens with this swing. So at any rate, the next MSE Intensive is November 5th and 6th. I'd love for you guys to come on out. I'm starting enrollment right now. And if you're interested in lessons, hit me up, Christo at myswingevolution.com. Now let's get into Hogan's running at the ball.
Well, the most important thing in a golf swing to me is the movement of the lower body from the top of the swing. And if you don't mind, I'll demonstrate. First off, you start down below with your knees and your hips. At the top of the swing, you move the lower part of your body, not your shoulders, the lower part of your body, letting your arms and hands follow, bringing you into position to hit. But this is the first movement there. Then you release at the bottom. Most people do it entirely opposite. They rotate their shoulders first instead of their lower body. As a result, they come across the ball and hit the outside of the ball instead of the back of it. If you don't mind, I'll hit a ball, and the first thing to watch is what starts first from the top of the swing.
Now let's check in with Jody Vasquez and hear what Mr. Hogan told him directly.
His concept was to throw the right knee at the ball, and that then allowed his body to move into the ball and square and stay on plane. Why he actually decided at that point in time to share what he told me, I have no idea. Would not have thought that he would have thought it important to say that to me. I mean, I was a teenage kid, so why is it important to tell me this? But I don't know.
What sticks out in your mind the most?
Can you see his right knee? Watch how he accelerates it in through the ball.
Yeah.
He could have introduced, more of I'll control the club face with my hands concept. But then as he got to that level and became very stable in his golf swing, he clearly did it with his body, and his hands weren't as dominant in what he was focusing on.
Now, here are some of my favorite swings from Ben Hogan. I think he swung better as he got older. Now, granted, he couldn't swing quite as fast, but my goodness, what a great golf swing. But in this black and white footage, I want to show you this knee work. Now, check this out. Watch the right knee drive towards the left. That's what I'm going to try and do today with this little drill. So I've got my 50-degree gap wedge that I'm going to start with today. I warmed up with some shorter wedge shots, but now I'm ready to start to engage the legs with this. So watch this knee. My drill is to make my knees kiss in the follow through. So essentially, I just want to make sure I've got that right knee pointed at the target. Now, one curious thing is Ben Hogan talked about running at the ball. So I've fooled around with all sorts of things like making my right knee go at the ball position, and I have not found that to be very beneficial. And when you look at the footage of Ben Hogan, you can see it seems more like he's getting that right knee pointed straight down the target line. So here I'm trying to go over the top and get that right leg working out. So this camera position is a little tricky. I'm trying to play that ball right underneath my nose for these shots. So here once again you can see me trying to get that right knee kissing the left. It's a really easy feel. Yeah, guys, so unfortunately the grass out at Eaton Canyon leaves much to be desired out on the range. So that's why I'm driving up to Altadena to hit balls now. And because the orientation of the driving range, it's the opposite. It's not going towards the mountains. It changes where the sun is. So this is a better position for me in terms of lighting to be able to see my swing. Here I'm humming along just fine, hitting the ball pretty solid. So I decide it's time to club up. Now I've got my pitching wedge out. Just leave the camera in the same position. So now I'm thinking about my right hip. I want to make sure that I get it behind me first, and then I roll through my foot with my right knee. Well, there's no question it's a symphony of movement, but when you look at Ben Hogan, it's all so smooth. Still, I believe with all my heart that no one ever swung the club as well as Ben Hogan. And the curious thing is, I speak about two dimensions of his swing. One is that it was the most effective. I think he was the greatest pure ball striker that ever lived. And the result of that is it's the most aesthetically pleasing. So it actually accomplishes two separate things, which I think is pretty cool. So one thing I would like to encourage folks to do is, you don't work on swing changes. Here I'm working on my little OTT move. You don't work on swing changes with a 5-iron or a 3-wood, or a driver even. You work on them with short clubs first, okay? So I'm swinging this pitching wedge about 75%, and you're trying to create a pattern that's going to stick in your body. So you want to make it easier, and a shorter club is easier to swing than a long club. So I also want to reinforce positive thoughts and experiences, so a shorter club makes it more likely that I'm going to find success, so I can put that in my piggy bank. Here I am once again working on the knee, like that's my top priority. This practice session is broken down into, it's really that, is me trying to work on that knee, incorporating it into my OTT swing. I'm hitting some solid balls right now. All right, so now I'm curious to see how it all works with the big stick. That was pretty good. Another good one. And went for it so much I rocked backwards. I'll take that all day. Okay, here I am again. I want to feel that over-under feeling. And this move going over to get that handle back out in front of me is the most important thing I've learned in my swing evolution. And it's such a simple way to do it, and yet I continue to refine the action. So that's why I'm working on this new over-the-top miracle swing material, is because, as all things, this first breakthrough of going over the top has led to many more breakthroughs. And I want all of my subscribers to always be up to date. Well, right now the little knee move is working well for me. I'm going to have to test it out with the swing speed radar when I do my next speed training session. Now these last few swings I'll take from the front. It's so funny, I'm reminded of my older brother, Don, who was my golfing idol growing up. He always had these moves. He kissed his knees together and got through the ball. And he never even really had many formal lessons. He was just a natural. He was a guy, that could shoot in the mid-60s. And the game always came very easy for him. He just had some good fundamentals. Here, I really let that one go. But I want to show you guys some of these cool down wedges. I don't normally show you these, but I'm hitting these wedges so solid. You can see that I have a nice long divot after the ball.
That's like 6 inches. Once again, still thinking about that knee. Golf is hard. Another super solid compressed ball. But there's just a quality of strike that is, you know, I'm just hitting it the best of my life. I did chip, so I haven't been chipping because they punched the greens after I got back from Mexico, but they're coming around now. So guys, work on kicking that right knee in through the hit. It's running at the ball. I think it'll help your golf. I'm excited about what my little knee drill is doing for my golf swing. So if you want the whole kit and caboodle, go to myswingevolution.com and sign up for MSE TV, guys. It's the best deal in golf with the best golf instruction. It's changed my life, and I hope you hit them long and hit them straight.
Are you ready to experience your very own miracle? Christo Garcia, the man who swung as Ben Hogan on the Golf Channel special Hogan, has created the most controversial and effective golf training program in history.
The old PGA pros, they had this much simpler kind of wisdom. That's what I'm talking about, my friend.
What made the most sense was learning how to put leverage on the shaft.
It's a miracle.
That's the OTT.
Do you have a burning desire to get better at golf?
Like that.
Are you frustrated by overcomplicated modern golf instruction? Well, your prayers have been answered.
OTT! Now's your chance to learn the over-the-top miracle swing. Only at myswingevolution.com.